So we're going to be able to share files and folders between these two virtual machines, the one that I'm going to create. We're going to create users and user groups, and we're going to also add file permissions, well, security permissions, so that only certain groups or a certain person, depends on how we set it up, can be able to access those files and folders. So we're going to start off by creating our second virtual machine. We're going to call it Windows 10 number 2, because this is going to be second. We're going to leave this as normal. This is where I keep most of my virtual machines to have everything organized. We're going to leave the ISO image for now. We usually do it after because it's easier. Leave Windows because it's going to be a Windows if you want Linux. Version Windows 10. We'll keep it as Windows 10. We're going to keep this as 2 gig or 2048 megabytes. One processor will be enough. This is where we create our hard drive. 50 will be enough, but I can put it at 42 or 45 because Windows 10 needs at least 40 gigs so that it can be downloaded. So this is going to be our setup. We're finished. So we have our Windows 10. So let's do our basic setup. Windows 10, everything's good. Advanced, usually put it as bi-directional to keep everything so that if you want to transfer, you can, like copy paste. Optical, we put it over. Networking, depends. But let's see, display, this is good. Video, we have to set these up before we start the virtual machine, otherwise we can't change anything. So this is our hard drive we just set up, and this is where we're gonna put our Windows 10 ISO image. So right now it's gonna be a clean install. So right now I'm gonna find, so choose a disk. So I had to plug my external hard drive so that I can find the Windows 10. So it's here. So now I have Windows 10 here. And yeah, so this is all we need. If you want, we can go through. NAT is for our internet, like normal internet. And to connect both virtual machines, we're gonna need a internal network. And usually we put this promiscuous we put this mode to allow all, and then so this is gonna be good. Ports, this is if you're also sharing files, but this is from your virtual machine to your host machine. So we're gonna click connect, we're gonna click finish. Let's stop this one because I'm gonna need to turn on the internal on this as well. So for now, let's start our Windows 10 number 2. It might be glitchy once it's okay, perfect. So this is the Windows. We're gonna do Windows 10. This is how it boots up. So we're gonna install. So we're at the Windows setup. I don't have the product key, so I just click I don't have the product key, but so for now, well, right now I have the Windows Pro probably. Education. Okay, we're at the license agreement. Usually you should read this, but okay, accept. Next. Okay, so this is what you would select if you already had Windows installed and you wanted to upgrade. But since this is brand new, we're gonna do custom. Windows usually is 40, so let's just put apply. To ensure Windows features work correctly, Windows might create additional partitions. So yeah, this is just creating a partition, so you can have NTFS or FAT32. But if we want to have or permissions, we're gonna need NTFS. That's the only way it's gonna work. And NTFS is New Technology File System. FAT32 is the older way. So now it's starting to install. Windows is starting to install. It's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna pause and I'll get back once it's finished. So after the installation, you should reach at this stage, and then you're gonna choose your language, your keyboard layout, US. Skip this for now if you want to add French keyboard. Tell Windows whether your internet is private or public. Organization would be public, and personal would be like your home Wi-Fi. And this just tells the firewall how much security it should apply. So here we're gonna create our normal username. So we're gonna do offline account because we don't want to create a Microsoft account. And yeah, we're just gonna go with limited. Microsoft tries to force you to create an account. So we're gonna do Windows 10 number 2 or PC2. Okay, password, normal password. Okay, so this is just to tell Microsoft about what we're willing to share or what we're not willing to share, advertising stuff. So usually I do, this is my setup usually, because it's just a virtual machine. It's not really something I use usually. And this, I'll just go school. This is a no. Don't need to set up Cortana. Okay, so after all these questions, Windows should be loading soon. So this could take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So once it's finished, it should be at this stage. So we're gonna allow other devices on this network to find us. So that's a yes, because we want to do our shares after, maybe later. So first things first, go over to our second PC and set up that user. So P1234 Windows 10 Zoom PC this. So new share virtual machine shares, open properties. This is the file. So sharing, share, okay, share folder between virtual machine. Let's add permissions, full control, continue, okay, apply, okay. Then we have a shared path. If you go to shares, we see all the shares. We can add everyone, add shares, full, apply, share. So everyone have access. Okay, so network. Okay, this is off. Turn on sharing so anyone with network control can read. private also, turn on discovery, turn on guest. Yep, so we have to turn on guest public, depending, but let's see, and we can turn off after. So right now we have the shared folder. So we have our shared folder. Let's open, create a file, text, sharing. Okay, and let's open, and all perfect, and we save. Okay, so let's open our virtual machine. Ignore. Okay, open Windows share. Let's delete. Okay, so right now let's go to run comp mgnt.msc computer management. We're going to go to local users. So currently I should be one of these, but to check, let's go to run. And then cmd, then we type who am I. So right now I'm Giovanni. So let's create a user called Windows 10/PC2. Okay. Nope, password never expires. PASSWORD 01. WORD password 01. Okay, so this is the PC that we're gonna use, or that's going to be able to access the sharing. We can also create groups, virtual machines, and then we can add all our PCs to this group. So let's find. So I'm Giovanni. Okay, and then we can add our virtual machine. Windows 10 PC2. Perfect. And let's create this group. So we have a group called virtual machines. Okay. Depending on your system, sometimes you have to restart. So if we go here, and we have PC2. So now we're gonna check to see if these two computers are connected. So let's go to command, run cmd, and this as well, command run cmd, and ipconfig. So now we see this is IP address 10. Okay, this is the internet address. So this is the internal address for the virtual machines. And this as well. So 169.254, meaning the DHCP. You didn't get a DHCP address. So let's configure network or network IP address. So let's see, configure we're gonna go to change adapter. Adapter number 2 is our internal, so properties, IP version 4, properties, static, so 169, 192, 168, 1.2, or 1.1. Submask will do automatic. 68. Let's go 10.1. Okay. Continue. Okay. Now let's before closing, let's IP config one more time. (168.254). So let's see. 192, 168, 10.1. Okay. Close. Verify it's up. So config. Perfect. 192, 168, 10.1. And let's go over here. And we have 169.254. Alright, so to make this more smoother, let's go to devices, optical audio, insert guest edition. So let's go here, PC, and okay, so let's run this guest edition, 64-bit. Yes. Next. And this should help this virtual machine run smoother. Reboot. Before we reboot, we can reboot later. And so that we're going, even though we're gonna reboot, let's just do this from now. So let's go to run sys dm.cpl. Let's see what this, perfect. Let's change to PC 2, Windows 10. PC 2, work group, perfect. Okay. We'll start later. Let's go to our computer management. Local user C2. Okay, let's rename to, okay, it should be okay. Because we don't need PC2 anymore since we're gonna use this PC. Alright, let's restart. So shut down PC1. Let's log in. So now Windows should be more smooth because of the guest edition add-on. So we have our 192, 168, 10.1. Okay. So since we're gonna use Windows 10 PC1, let's configure this. So we're gonna make sure we have run computer management. Because we have to make sure that name is exactly the same. So one, perfect. Let's rename and make it one. Perfect. Let's see in our groups, virtual machine, and it's one. So now we can go to our share folder, properties, shares. We're sharing to everyone, but we can also only share to our user PC2. This. So read owner, read write. We can only put read, or we can, yeah, we can keep it like this. It's shared, perfect. We can go to advanced, permissions, administrators. We can also add our virtual machines. VMs, okay. Let's add full permission, perfect. Yeah, it's okay. And apply, okay. So the reason why we need to make sure the names are the exact same, because we're gonna edit and we're gonna not allow everyone. System is just for the Windows. This we should be able to take this off. Geo can take this. So now we only have admin and system. So now we're gonna add our virtual machines. So find now virtual machines. Perfect. And we can give this full access. Perfect. And okay. So now let's see if we can change. Open the network. Perfect. So number 2 should be our internal. We can edit IP, so we're not doing DHCP. It's manual IP version 4, 192.168.10.2. So this is going to be the same network, and this is the host. Subnet 255.255.255.0. Gateway, default gateway is the router, and DNS we don't have any. So save, can't save IP address, check one or more settings and try again. Okay, so let's do it the normal way. So adapter options, version Ethernet 2. Okay, IP version 4, properties, static 192.168.10.2. Subnet 255. Okay, perfect. And perfect. So now we're gonna confirm. So run cmd. Okay, IP config 192. So let's try pinging. Let's see if they're connected. So ping 192.168.10.1, and we have a connection. So now let's ping 192.168.10.2. Okay, so this timed out 10.1 and IP 10.2, 168, 10.2. Okay, so for here, we're gonna need to go to our firewall. Active firewall active. So for public, let's turn off. Okay. Alright. So let's try again. One received. So now all is received. Perfect. So now we should be able to see the networks. So if we go to here, network, okay, DHCP, let's see what's inside desktop PC. Okay, VM shares. So let's go here. Let's go to our old PC network. PC. This shares. Let's go properties. Sharing. Okay, desktop PC 17H71. Perfect. And we have our virtual machine shares. Okay, so we're able to access files and folders from different virtual machines. And if I open you don't currently, well, let's see. Let's try again to see if that message comes up. Okay, perfect. So let's go here. Let's do the normal. So shares. Let's remove. Let's go everyone. Add. Give everyone read. Perfect. Done. Advanced sharing. Permissions. Everyone full access. Okay, so once it's in the Giovanni, this, so virtual machines we need to add here. Find virtual machines. Okay. Full access. I have Geo. That's also inside virtual machine. Everyone, we shouldn't allow everyone. Virtual machines, me, apply, close. Boom. So let's see if I still have access. Let's go. Perfect. Do I have access? Perfect. And sharing, I can see what's in the file. I can see, and if I type, and I can also save. Okay, and let's see if it updates, and it saves. Okay, now to restrict access, we can go here, security, edit, and for this also we're going to take ourselves out of the virtual machines. So local area user, groups, the groups, who is inside, let's remove us, apply, okay, alright, so now we can limit access, so you can't she can't modify, but she can execute, but this virtual machine can execute, it cannot write, so read, list, execute, apply, okay. So now if you go back in, and if you save, it asks to save using a different file, and okay, and let's see, you don't have permission, so that's what permission does, so don't save because you can't save. So this is how we create users, user groups, and add permissions, and also share. We can also map this network drive map it as a drive letter. So let's do that as well. So we can double click or right click and create and select map drive. You select a drive letter, so like S, and connect. So you can do it this way, finish, and once we click finish, and now we've mapped the shared file to the folder. So this is our shared file as a drive letter. This is so that it's easier to access. So we can go here, and we just go here, and it's here, and we can see our files. So that's how to do the whole process of installing Windows 10, changing your IP address, creating users, user groups, and also mapping your network shares so that it's easier to access in your My PC or this PC section of your Windows Explorer.